Mic check, mic check. All
Um,
praises. Back at it again. The work for the kingdom, man. Shalom, shalom. Right. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahushai. Right. Peace and blessing to the 12 tribes that are out there, and hope everybody's enduring this captivity, man. Putting them bricks for the kingdom. Right. All praises.
Khan. So I want to say shalom, right, to all the brothers and sisters out there that's enduring in this truth, putting their best foot forward to be everything they need to be for the Most High in your house shop. Right. I also want to give a big shalom and salutation, right, to the children out there, man, that's enduring, being being obedient, right, helping their mothers at home, right, and staying patient and teaching the other children, man, that don't have a good father and good mother, the ways of the kingdom, man. Shalom, right? This is a beautiful lesson that we're gonna go into, man, and hopefully, Lord willing, it'll help keep your faith, man, grounded when you're going through this affliction, man. Because trust me, if you want to be righteous, there's many afflictions coming your way, man. If you want to be lukewarm or be straggling the fence and dropping in and dropping out, then you don't have to worry about much, right? But the righteous will be afflicted, and we're gonna go through that right now today and show how we could get stronger right through these afflictions.
That's right. That's right. I'll pull the blue letter up. What you want, Genesis King?
Yeah, give me the book of Genesis chapter 17 and verse number 15.
Genesis chapter 17. Let's go. Let's get it. All right, all right. Genesis chapter 17 and verse number 15. And it reads, And Yahweh said unto Abraham, As for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her, and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her.
So right here we see that the angel of the Lord, right? The Elohim, the angel of the Lord, came down and talked to Abraham, right? And he said, "Look, Sarah, yeah, she's old, but she's about to bear you a son, man, right? And this is a fact that she's about to have a baby, and then many kings, many nations will come out of him, right? So here it goes, man. We're gonna read on. Go ahead.
Verse number 17. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear?
So now he fell on his face and laughed, right? Because he still got to show his respect and his obedience, right, unto the Most High through his Elohim, man. He still got to show that he respect the Most High, right, through the angel that came to speak with him, right? So we see, man, that it's hard, man. It's hard to have a child when you 190. Your woman is 90 something years old, man. The eggs ain't there no more. Your seeds not seeding no more. You know what I mean? So it was really crazy for him to try to get to understand this thing.
Uh,
And so Abraham is like, yeah, I don't know about that one, right? But let's continue on the story real quick.
Genesis 17 and verse number 18. And Abraham said unto God, Oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And God said, Sarah, thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed.
Yeah, he said he's trying to push it on the handmaid child, right? Instead of saying, yeah, Sarah gonna bear a son. He still don't trust the Most High in that instant, right, in this second, because it just doesn't make any sense. You don't see this. This is not normal, right? So it's like, nah, Ishmael could do it. Like that. That's what you said about him anyway, right? So let's continue on.
God, reading on. It says, "And thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him."
So we see that the promise, right, was made unto Isaac. So it's no question that your generations to come is going to come out of Isaac. But watch, check this out, because right now we're talking about affliction and holding the faith during your afflictions, right? So watch this. Go to Genesis chapter 22, right, and verse number we'll start at verse number 6.
God, I'll start at 5. Genesis 22:5. It says, "And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you."
Oh
And
no! Before you do that, jump up to the top, right? Because we got to get the context of what's going on.
God, I'll go to 1 and 2. Genesis 22:1. "And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of."
So we see, right, that before this, what did Abraham do? He offered many offerings unto the Most High God. So he was heavy in the spirit, right? He was already stupid, dumb, heavy in the spirit. Like, I mean, Dragon Ball Z, Super Saiyan level 9, like in the spirit, right? So we see, man, that the Lord comes to him and he said, yeah, I see all that you gave to me, all the different offerings you gave and this, that, and the third, right? But I need a greater offering than that. Can you give me this? Right? But it just was to test his faith, right? But let's see, man. Let's see what Abraham got to say about this, man. Right? Because he already told him, like we read in Genesis chapter 17, right, that a mighty nation and kings was going to come out of his seed, Isaac, right? And his covenant was going to be based with Isaac, right? Why did not Abraham questioned the Lord when it came to offering him up as a burnt offering, right? It's because he was already grounded, man. He was already focused, right? He was already super in the spirit, offering offerings times 10, right? So he already knew the Lord had his back, man, right? And he ain't waver on that. So let's go ahead unless you got a point.
Now we keep going. Verse 3. Right. "And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him."
So hey man, check it out. Like Abraham, he out there, boom, he chopping he chopping the stumps into firewood, the little triangles they sell at the 7-Eleven, right? He just chopping them up, bing, bing, right? Yeah, I gotta go do this. Bing. Hey man, who's to say that Isaac wasn't even helping him, right? He putting the logs on there for him, like, there you go, pops. Boom, bing. You heard me? Like he assisting his daddy on his offering that he gotta give. You know what I mean? It's not written right there, but hey man, I got every inclination that Isaac was helping him, right? But go ahead.
Verse number 4. "Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes, and saw the place afar off.
Mm-hmm.
And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you."
He didn't say, and I'm gonna come back to you, right? He said, then like he was saying it like both of us about to come back to you. You heard me, like You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, we're gonna go up and worship yonder place and then come back unto you, right? Not saying that any one of them was gonna be missing. You feel me? This a unwavering faith, man, a focus like no other, man. Right?
That's right. That's right. He already has the understanding that they both gonna come back. You know, but
Yeah.
let's get into it.
He didn't
Verse
sway no way. Let's go.
God, Genesis 22 and verse 6 now. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together.
Mm. So right now, right, Isaac, he's carrying the wood where they need to go. Right? But check this out, go ahead.
God. Shalom says, good to see you in the chat. All praises.
Shalom, Mark. Well, shalom, sister.
All right, verse 7, right? And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I, my son. And he said, behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. Right, let me read that again, right? My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together.
So Isaac now he tripping out like, bro, like I see we got the wood, we got the fire, we mobbing, right? I see the place afar off, but I don't, why we ain't take one of these lambs we got back at the crib? Like, what's up with that? You know what I mean? Because they just chilling bad and beating all over the place, right? Why we ain't take one of those? You know what I mean? Oh, the Lord will provide a lamb, right? And this is actually a prophecy going into Yahweh Shah being that lamb and him being provided as that lamb. This is just a picture of how the Most High wants us to have faith, and that the father of our faith, Abraham, he was willing to give up his only begotten son for the promises that was given unto him. Right?
That's right.
But let's go
on. Verse 9. And they came to the place which God had told them of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood.
And you gotta think about this too, man. Abraham not sitting, he 100 years old, bro. Abraham not sitting here doing all his work by himself, man. Right? Isaac sitting there, he helping them tie the wood. Hey son, grab me that right there. You know what I mean? All right, boom, get the stones. Okay, lay that one right there, Bond. That one over there. Okay, we need some type of wire or something. We got wire? Okay, grab the wire, snip that for me, Bond, right? And you feel what I'm saying? Like, Isaac ain't just going, we not the people that just gonna sit there and watch another person work, right? So Isaac seeing how he can help him. You know what I mean? Now he laying the wood on there. And he like, all right, come here now, son. You know what I mean? Give him a hug. The rope behind his back. You heard me tie him up right quick. Like, hey, you know, this is what the Lord, this is what the Lord wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me, you know what I mean? Give me a hug. Tied him up right quick. All right. Put him on the fire. Isaac tripping out like pops. Like, you know what I
mean? That's right. That's right. Reading on verse number 10. Hey, Shalom, Gabar, good to see you in the chat, King. All praises to the Most High. Hope everything's well with you and your family.
Oh, wow.
I'm reading on Genesis 22 and 10 now. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of Yahweh called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I.
Yeah, so he was telling them, like, you got to understand, bro, you know, the angel that's in heaven, right? He's not just saying, like, Abraham, listen to me, Abraham. Nah, he's like, hey, Abraham, hey. And Abraham, like, here am I. You know what I mean? He was already, the knife was probably already cocked back. You feel what I'm saying? Abraham, hey. Stop, wait, right? So we see, man, that Abraham was fully indebted and focused on getting the promises that the Lord had already set forth for him right? And in all his affliction, he did not budge, man. He did not shake. He didn't trip. It didn't say, and while they was walking to the mountain, Abraham wasn't paying attention and slipped over a rock. No, Abraham was going all the way to where he needed to be to do exactly what he needed to do, staying focused on the prize, knowing that the Lord had promised him everything that he had promised him, right? So this is how we got to be through our afflictions too. Abraham probably didn't cry, right? He had one tear, probably had one tear while he was walking, like, fuck, you know what I mean? Wipe that thing, let's go, son. You feel me? Like, they don't say, and he wept, you know what I mean? Like Jesus wept, you feel me? Like Abraham was totally focused on the mark through his affliction, man. Right?
That's right. That's right. Verse number 12, right? Let me read that again, right? And the angel of Yahweh called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. Verse 12. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me.
He said, now I see that you truly respect God, right? And you reverence God. Because you got to understand, this is an angel, right? So he's saying that he see that he respect Yahweh, right? So I ain't even going, you ain't even got to do that. I got something for you, right? And get to the part about the ram, and then let's move on. But so we see that his faith was like unmovable, man, right? It was unmovable. And then let's read about this lamb that was caught in a thicket, because this got everything to do with the image of a Mashiach Yahushua as well, right? With his thorns being on his head, you know. But let's go.
God. Verse 13. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns.
So the ram jammed up on his head, right, in a thicket. That means in thorns, right? Look up thicket. I don't want to be missed.
Caught in the thicket, sabak, which means thicket. Cops. Let's look up a thicket real quick. Boom.
On Google, yep, all praises. Because I believe it's either a bush or is like a thorn type bush.
God, that's the thicket right there.
Con. So the thing horns was caught up in the thicket, right? I don't know if it have thorns or not in it, right? But this is how you get that image of him wearing that crown full of thorns, right? Because he's that sacrifice that shall be provided, right? And he came and he did exactly that. He provided that sacrifice, right? So let's read that again.
God, verse 13 again. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns.
Mm-hmm.
And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son.
In the stead of his son, meaning in the place of his son, man. Right? So all praise to the Most High that he ain't allowed Abraham to do it, but it's good to see that our forefather was so focused on the Lord is going to help me. He's going to deliver me out of this. He didn't waver in his actions. He didn't even stumble. He didn't trip. He didn't fall. But we know in the many are the afflictions of the wicked, right? But the Lord shall deliver them out of them all, right? So let's go get that right quick in Psalm chapter 34, and then you got it.
God. The righteous king, you said wicked.
Sorry, Salakia. Yeah, we know they're not making it, man. They're not making it.
God. Psalm chapter 34 and verse number 19. It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahweh delivereth him out of them all. So
we see, man, in a clear-eyed view, man, that Abraham had to go through one of the worst afflictions that any man would have to go through, right? And I know because I lost my son, right, at 5 months, right? So it's one of the worst things that you could ever go through, man. Somebody that's carrying your name forward, right, up and die, or you got to kill him, right? That's got to be, I would have been sweating, right? I would have been shaking, seasoned, right? I would have fell out, man. Lord, I can't do this one. Like, you're gonna have to take this away from me. I can't, you know. And look at Abraham, his faith not wavering, right? Why? Because he promised him through Sarah, right? That's the son, that's the child that's going to be called. That's the son, that's the child that's going to bear the seed for the nation, man, for the nation that I have chosen, right? So he would just focus on that, man. It had to be, you know, focus on the promise that is coming out of Isaac, right? But for me, it would have been hell. So he delivered him out of that, man. He didn't let him do that. He said, stop. Stop. I got something for you. Grab that ram, right?
That's right. That's right.
So go ahead. It's on you. You got it.
Con, just like the brother just brought out, man. Sometimes we go through these afflictions, and it'll take us away from the faith. Okay, I thought I was 10 toes down in this thing, but why am I going through this? You like to question the Most High a lot, But Abraham, we see clearly that he didn't do that, right? The Most High already told him, right, through Isaac, you're gonna have many generations, to come after that. You know, he didn't lack that faith. He didn't cry about it. He didn't, oh, well, you told me, I'm going to have many generations. Why are you having me do this? He didn't question it because he was so bound in that faith. He understood and trusted fully into the Most High that was going to come to pass, right? That was going to come to pass, So I do want to bring something out here in the book of Philippians, right? Powerful precept, chapter 3. Right, this is Philippians chapter 3 and verse number 12. Right. It says, not as though I had already attained, either we're already perfect. Meaning, we're not saying that we've already attained the prize, right? Abraham is not saying he already attained that which shall come to pass through him and the promise that the Most High made with him through his seed, right? It's not we're saying that we've already attained the prize or that we are already made perfect, right? We're striving for these things. Keep reading on. But I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of a Mashiach Yahushai, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not saying, we gotta keep striving for the prize, even though the prize is not in our hands right now, right? We gotta keep aiming for that prize. You understand? The faith and the promises that was made through our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, unto Jacob, and even unto us today as the Israelites, we have to go for that prize because that prize is at the end of the goal. And guess who's holding that prize for us, right? Hamashiach Yahushua, Jesus, that crown. You understand? Read it on. Verse 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, right? I'm not saying I got the prize, right? I'm not saying that, right? We're not saying that because the prize is still ready to be attained. But this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, right? So we have to forget all of our past afflictions. We can't let these things that happen in our life, our trials and our tribulations, weigh us down, right? We got to continue to pick ourselves back up and keep striving for that goal, keep striving for that prize, which is at the end, right? That crown of life, the kingdom, the blessings, the promises, all of these things are at the end, right? So if you find yourself falling down, we got to pick ourselves back up and keep going for the goal, right? Are you going to trip off that stick that kind of made you fall over and worry about that thing? No, you're going to forget about that thing and keep going for the goal, right? And reaching forth unto those things which are before, right? So of course, we don't think that we already won the prize, right? But however, to forget those things that are behind us, we do our best to reach which is ahead, right? This is something we have to do. You understand? And that's what happened with Abraham. You understand? He knows the prize that's at the end. He's not worried about the afflictions of having to put his son through the tribulations and all this thing. He's not crying about it like Cap Gabawar brought out because he's striving for that goal, striving for that mastery, right? Verse 14. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, right? So we got to keep running straight towards the goal in order to win that prize, right? And that prize is Yahweh's calling through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai to give us that life, that everlasting life, the gift of grace and the gifts that come from above, right? You got it, King.
I was just about to type it, but you got, yeah, man, you brought that out mightily, man. Right? All praises to the Most High. So, but yeah, man, let's go into Romans chapter 5 and verse number 1, man. Just see, what was working in him, right? Because we know that it's faith that worketh within us to have us to obtain grace, which gets us that mercy for salvation, man. Right? So we gotta ponder on our thoughts, ponder on our steps, and remember that always remember, bro, that when you're being afflicted, that is a good thing. We all been afflicted for our good, right? And we always will be afflicted for our good, man. Right? It's all to strengthen us up, make us stronger, and make us better, man. Right? But go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 5, and verse number 1. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Hamashiach Yahushai, our Adawan Hamashiach Yahushai, Jesus.
Go get that justified, right? Because to be justified, you had to get judged on something, and then you had to be acquitted, right? So let's get that, man. Let's see what justified means, right, in the Greek or the Hebrew, whatever it's in. I think it's in the Greek.
Justified, to render righteous, or such he ought to be, right? To show, exhibit, invent one to be righteous, such as he is, and wishes himself to be considered. To render, be righteous.
To show regard, just or innocent, right? So this is how we be weighed out. What's gonna happen to us? Are we gonna be declared the righteous, right, or the wicked, right? So go back for me.
God, 5 and 1 again. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai.
And when he's saying justified, he's saying that we declared innocent already, right? Because of the suffering and the things that Yahushua had to go through, man. Right. And this is why Christians, they get so zealous, because when you read something like that, you're like, damn, I got a shot. Right. For us, we like, damn, I got shot. Right. But for Christians, they like, the shot already took you. Like, I'm saved. It's good. You know what I mean? But for us, it's like, ooh, the Lord gave us a shot with this one. You feel me? Like, maybe I can hit the fadeaway jumper in a second, you know? So, okay, unless you got something, we can keep on going on this one.
Yeah, I just want to do a quick precept on the point of what Gabar just brought out, right? It doesn't feel good at the time, but affliction bring you closer to the Most High, right? And that's a very powerful point. I just want to, through the Spirit, right? Hebrews chapter 12. Oop, I spelled it wrong. Salakia.
Fine. That was a mighty statement, though. I checked them out in the chat. I was like, yeah.
Right. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse number 6, right? For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth, right? He scourges every son whom he receiveth, right? This is something I always bring out all the time, right? You don't see any of these other nations who are in power in the earth being scourged, being chastised, going through affliction, like how we go through affliction, right? We are the sons and the daughters whom he receives, who he counts as his, right? He loves us, right? Verse 7, if ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not, right? So we all go through that, man, right? If you have kids, you're going to whoop your kids so they can get their butt straight, right? You're going to give them affliction so that way they can come out of that affliction built up in the spirit, right? To built up with that understanding, right? I've gotten whooped all my life. I went through affliction all my life, right? Ultimately, you give that reverence and that honor to your mother and father for doing such things. But ultimately, on a higher level, it's the Most High who puts you through the main afflictions in your life so you can give him the reverence, right? So you can endure that chastening, right?
That's right.
Verse 8, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons.
Mm.
Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, right? Your actual biological father, right? And or mother. If you didn't grow up with a father, then you'll have your mother whooping you, right? And we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Because the Most High has the power to take you out the earth, right? So even though He puts us through all these afflictions that we're going through in our daily lives, right? We don't, and we come out of that, we don't look back at those things as something to take us out the faith, right? We don't blame the Most High or question the Most High. Oh, remember when you did this to me 4 years ago, 5 years ago? No, we understand that those afflictions made us better, made us better as sons and daughters to the Most High to this day. So therefore, we gave them reverence, and now we put under subjection ourselves under subjection unto the Father of spirits, which is the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? Go ahead, you got it, King.
That's right. Going back to Rome.
Uh,
Hey, that was wonderful, man. Well put, well thought out. You know, beautiful script.
all praises.
Go ahead.
Sorry. All right, Slaki, where am I at? Okay, Romans 5 and verse number 2 now. By whom also, let me get the context, Slaki. Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, by whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope of the glory of Yahweh.
So since we know that we have the access, right, being Hebrew Israelites, you know, our faith is fully grounded, right, in the fact that we might be Hebrew Israelites, right, of blood descent, all going all the way back to our ancient ancestors, right? That's where our faith lies. Now, our faith lies in the promises. Our faith lies in this right here. Give me Psalms chapter 147 and verse number 7, right? I believe it's 7 or 9, right? But get that for me, right? Because yeah, man, we got promises, and we need to get these damn promises. 9.
God. Psalm.
Hold on. It might be 75. I mean, not Shalakia, 145. No, 149, right? 149.
145? Oh, wait. Psalm 145?
149.
149?
Yeah, but this part of the promises too. I believe this is it. Verse, yeah, there we go.
God. Psalm
7.
7. God. Psalm 149 and verse number 7. Right? It says,
yeah. Context, Salakia. This is it though.
God. We could just read this whole thing. It's only 9. Right? Praise ye Yahweh. Sing unto Yahweh a new song, and his praise in the congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Hey, I just wanna talk about the context right quick. First and foremost, he said, sing, bring the timbrel, dance, right? It's gonna be a turn up when we executing vengeance on these heathens, man. He said, look, man, let them have joy in the dance. I'm talking about you're gonna be slaying somebody hitting the moonwalk, man. You do your whole little moonwalk thing, hot them cold, you go through there, boom, kind of thrust somebody through and start hitting a jerk. You're a jerk. I know, you're a jerk. You know what I mean? You're going through the whole thing. Nigga hit the electric slide to one of the Edomite babies and throw them over their head. Yeah, you're a jerk. I know, right? It's gonna be turning up. right? This is the promise that we have, man, coming from the Lord, right? I just want to go ahead and bring some light into that. Shalom, sister. Good to see you in the chat.
Shalom says, good to see you in the chat. All praises to the Most High, the water. All right, Khan. All right, reading on. Verse 7, right? To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh.
And he stamped it. Praise ye Yahweh, man. So this is the promises that we have to look forward to, man. It's a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing to see your enemy fall, man, right? And see your children grow old and have children, right? That's the beauty of man, right? So this is a promise that the Lord gave us, man. So we look forward to the promises that the Lord gave us, man. That's what holds us stern and tight, right, in this faith, man, and makes us not movable, man, is that we know that at the end of the day, if we are truly Israel from bloodline descent, keeping these commandments, prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, doing all these mighty, wonderful works, man, we will get that kingdom, man, that's promised to the Israelites, right? So, yeah, let's go back into Romans right quick.
Come.
I just wanted to get that because that's part of it, man. A lot of us, we looking forward to that, man. We can't stand. I got a Romanian boss, man. Can't stand the nigga, man. You know what I mean? We got white people that we do work for. I was working for this lady yesterday. She looks sweet. She's pretty sweet, right? But she a blonde hair. Well, she's a blue eye and gray hair double, man, right? And all of them gotta go, you know, right? So, and that's the promises that we look forward to, man. Right? Go ahead.
Romans chapter 5 and verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. Right?
Keep going.
And patience experience, and experience hope.
So this is the whole process of getting that unmovable faith, that unmovable hope, right? Is through the afflictions you understand that okay, the Lord really loved me. That's why He took this from me. That's why He didn't let me go here. That's why I lost. There was like 2 times where I lost half of my damn rent money. You feel what I'm saying? That's why He made me lose that damn rent money. That's why He took my cars away from me, right? Because many are the afflictions of the righteous, man, right? But the Lord is gonna deliver them out of them all, right? So this is what we're reading about, man, right? And we see that it says, "And patience, experience hope," man. So this is how we're gonna get our faith built up, man. It's through our afflictions, man, through our tribulation, right? This is how Abraham became the father of the faith, man. Just in this one gesture, this made him the father of the faith, right?
Point, right? In a simpler term, you know, we all go through that experience, right? In simpler terms, we always say things like, man, I've been through that before, man. I'll make it out again. You know what I'm saying? I lost my car one time, man. I can get another one. I've lost my car before, and guess what? I've gotten another car even after that. So even though me losing my car right now, I'm not going to let that deter me from my faith, because if I was provided it again, it's going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, my car broke down. I gotta walk to the store now. Hey man, I've been through that before, right? I'm not gonna let that deter me from my faith, right? Because I went in it and I came out of it. And if I'm so much in it again, I'm gonna have enough faith and experience and hope that I'm gonna make it out of it a second time.
Right? That's right. Go ahead, you got it.
Con. Right. So let me put that in Romans chapter 12. Right. It's the book of Romans chapter 12 at verse number 21. Is that what I want? No, let me start at
probably 18.
No, it's 12.
Okay. No, I was saying Romans 12 and 18. But go ahead.
Con. Let me let me start actually at right here. I'll start at 11, right? Because this is kind of goes into it, right? Romans 12 and 11. Not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving Yahweh, right? So let's get that word for fervent. What does it mean to be fervent in spirit, right? Right? To boil with heat, used of water, right? Fervent actually is going into being intense, right? With
Zealous.
intensity, just like you boil water, it has intense heat to that water, right? You want to have an intense spirit, right? A profound, strong spirit, not weak spirit, right? Going back, right? Not slothful in business, meaning you have to still strive for something better than your affliction, right? You're going through affliction, it can kind of deter you from that faith and not wanting to endure, right? Soaking around everywhere, right? Not going into a state of depression, perhaps, but you don't want to be slothful in that. You want to keep striving for the mastery. You want to be heavy and intense in that spirit, right? Having that strong spirit to withstand these afflictions, right? Keep enduring, serving serving the Lord, right? Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, right? Serving the Most High and His Son, right? Because that is the goal. You have to understand that even though you're going through these things, we have a duty to fulfill, which is to serve Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, right? The Most High and the Son. Verse 12, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, right? So we got to be happy and understand, bring that hope back to your remembrance and rejoice in that. Be happy about it. Hey, I might be going through all this stuff right now, but I know there's an end goal. I know there's the kingdom coming, right? Damn, I got to work this damn 9-to-5 job. It's a burden on me, but it doesn't matter. I still have to serve to the kingdom. I have to serve the Most High and the Son. I'm just going to rejoice in that hope, right? Being patient in that tribulation, right? Continuing instant in prayer, because prayer is something that keeps us grounded in our minds and in our spirit to endure these tribulations and to have that patience in it. Verse 13, distributing the necessity of saints, given to hospitality, right? So that's what I kind of only wanted was verse 12, right? Continuing instant in prayer, because when you're praying and you're bringing these things to your remembrance, right? Yahweh, I know the kingdom's coming. Yahweh, I know I got to strive for this. I got to endure this captivity. All of these things makes us rejoice in that hope, and it makes us become patient in the tribulation if we continue instant in prayer, right? Go ahead, King, you got it.
Get that up in First Kings that you was talking about. Let's grab that real quick. Let's get another account, showing how faith works, man. Right?
God. This is First Kings chapter 19 and verse number. I'll start at 3. I'll start at 2, right, for context. 1 for context, right? So this is Elijah, right? And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, so let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. Right? So they wanted to hurt Elijah, right? Verse 3. And when he saw that, he arose and went for his life, and came to Beersheba, which belongeth to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, right? So Elijah and the servant fled into Beersheba, but he left his servant in Beersheba and he went by himself into the wilderness alone, right? And came and sat down under a juniper tree. And he requested for himself that he might die, right? So he was in a state of depression, right? State of affliction. He's like, look, man, I just want to die. I just kill me now. It's over with, right? I've had enough, right? And said, it is enough. Now, O Yahweh, take away my life, for I am not better than my fathers, right? So he ain't there like, Yahweh, please just take away. No, he's crying out there, man. He's being loud about it. Kill me. Just, I'm fed up. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm running from affliction. I'm going through affliction. I'm so depressed and afflicted in my mind to the point where I left my servant there and I just want to go to the wilderness alone, man. I'm vexed, right? Verse 5. And as he lay and slept under a juniper tree, behold, then an angel touched him and said unto him, arise and eat. right? Verse 6. And he looked, and behold, there was a cake baking on the coals, and
Hey, hold on. And you know this was a nigga, man, or a Hispanic, man. We get hungry, bro. We get mad than the son of a gun, man. A lot of like, man, look, man, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you and you. Hey, eat a Snickers, man. Right? Like,
yeah.
bro.
Over there
That's
hangry. He over there afflicted and all of that, and being hangry is just adding on to that plate, man.
oh
Right.
man, all right, good. I like it.
Right. So he looked, and behold, there was a cake baking on the coals, right? Fresh cake. Baking on the coals, what's that mean? Freshly made, man. Steaming cake right out the oven, right? And a cruse of water at his head. And he did eat and drink, and laid him down again, right? Verse 7. And the angel of Yahweh came again the second time, right? So this goes to show right here so far that no matter what you're going through, the Most High is not going to give up on you, right? He's going to come one time, and he's going to come a second time, and the third time, so on. He's always going to be there for you as long as you put your trust and your faith in him at the end of the day. And
That's right.
touched him and said, arise and eat, because the journey is too great for thee. And this is twofold, right? Through the carnal mind, right? He's in the wilderness, right? He needs that strength of the water and the food to keep him going through the wilderness, right? But not only that, he has a spiritual journey that he has to fulfill. He's not just gonna die there in the wilderness and that's it. The story of Elijah is over. No, he has a mission to fulfill. And us as Israelites, we have a mission to fulfill, is to keep striving for the kingdom no matter what we're going through, right? We have to keep staying focused, right? Even though we're going through these afflictions, right? And I yield on that one.
Hey man, cause you know, you see it, bro. He was ready. You know what I mean? He was ready to throw in the towel, man. Sometimes we get that feeling too, man. Like especially being leaders, you know, captains, officers, chiefs, man. Sometimes you get sick, man. You get sick of Israel, man, and their slothfulness, their slack hand, you know, or their talking back. You feel what I'm saying? Cause you gotta realize, man, if you're under somebody, you're a son to that person. Right. That's why back in the day when we was in cliques and gangs, it was like, yeah, I son him. This tiny low. You know, I'm big pop. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing because you're teaching somebody the rope, right? And for us as leaders, you know, captains, sometimes we get back, man. Say this brother way too slothful, bro. We don't see him enough, right? What's going on with that? You know, and then you kind of like, yeah, well, forget it, bro. I'm not calling him dude. He's gonna have to call me, and that ain't the right spirit because that brother might be moving far left. You know what I mean? When we need to be taking this brother far right, right? So, you just could see it, man, in Elijah that he was vexed, but he didn't give up, man. The Lord, we go through troubles, but Yahweh, he deliver us out of them all, right? And that's why that thing that David said is still reign true in all these passages, right? So, but I got a precept on that, man. Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9, right? Because even though we're weak, right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the Rakakwadash, they make us strong. By us having this knowledge and understanding who we are in the faith, right, it makes us do valiantly, man. It makes us very mighty, right, in our doing, man. Right?
That's right. That's right.
So go ahead with that.
2 Corinthians 12 and 9. God. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse number 9. It says, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. For my strength is made perfect in weakness.
So through our tribulation, through our afflictions, that's how our strength is made perfect, right? That's how we stay steadfast in this thing, unmovable. You know how much I went through in this truth? You feel what I'm saying? I could never drop out. That's how our mind would think, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know how much I overcome, bro? I can't give up. You know how many times I did the Day of Atonement? I can't give up. You know how many times I fasted? I just can't give up. You know what I mean? And our afflictions, man, you gotta think of it. Paul stoned twice, shipwrecked, right? Famished most of the time, always on a journey, feet probably blistered up, swollen, walking 1.5 miles with an eye that's out of socket because he got stoned. Like, come on, man. Joints all out of place. Gotta pop them back, right? And just mobbing, man. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how his strength, right? His strength is made perfect through his weakness, man. Through his many afflictions. Same thing with us, man. Through our afflictions, we are made whole, man. Right? Through our afflictions, we're made whole. We're made complete, man. Right? All the pieces get put together, man. We realize that, okay, and that's where this saying rang true too. This too shall pass. So, but like I was saying, we realize, like, okay, the Lord delivered me out of all of that. How much more this little simple thing that I'm going through right now, right? Like, I got stabbed up 4 times. The bro over there got stabbed up a couple times, right? What the Lord did, He delivered us out of them all, man. Right? One of them was a centimeter from my spine. Another one was a half an inch from my lung. Right? Another one went through my stomach to the liver, lacerated the liver. Right? It was hard for me to walk the first 2 days. I didn't think I was going to be able to walk. Right? So we know, man, that the Lord, He deliver us out of troubles, man, just so we know, hey, your faith is made perfect, right, through your weakness, through your afflictions, through your infirmities, man, right? So stay focused, man. Stay focused through your tribulations, through your afflictions, and realize this ain't nothing but the Lord purging me from some things that I did in the past that I might have would have done if He didn't purge me, right? And so I can walk this walk better, man, right?
That's right. That's right. Khan, let me read that again. And He said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. For
And
my
remember, this is Yahweh Shai, right? This is Yahweh Shai talking to him. My grace is sufficient for you, man. Don't worry about it. I got you. Right? Go ahead.
And it'll benefit you. It says, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me.
He said, man, I take honor in everything that I go through because Yahweh Shai, He gave me a chance, right? He gave me a chance, man. I messed up so bad. You feel what I'm saying? I done kill homie. I stood right next to Stephen while he was being stoned, right? I done brought many of y'all back to the chief priest, right? And they are getting afflicted right now to this day. You feel? To this day, nigga. Yeah. Getting afflicted to this day. You understand? So, Paul had a lot to come back from, man. You feel what I'm saying? And we do too, man. We realize that the Lord is we're gonna stay strong with a Mashiach because He gave us a chance, man. Right? Yeah, some brothers and sisters used to be in homosexuality. Some brothers and sisters used to be in gang banging, pondering on murdering their enemy, their op every day, which was their own people. Some people that actually committed murder, right? Some people that was in lesbianism, or at least was trying to figure out their sexuality, and now they come into this faith, and you got to get purged from that, man. You got to get afflicted for those things that you have done in your past life, and so on, man. So that way your garment is made snow white, is made clean, right? In the future to come. Get that for me up in Isaiah chapter 1, verse number 18, right? Right, because we're gonna, though our sins be as scarlet, man, the Lord's gonna clean us up. How can He do that? The same way you do with a tree, man. All these dead leaves and almost dead leaves, you gotta clip them by the branch. Clip, 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 clip. So all them things could turn nice green, right? And make some more fruit. Go ahead.
Right. God, Isaiah chapter 1 and verse number 18. Come now and let us reason together, saith Yahweh. Through your sins though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow.
Your sins are evident. It's evident, man, what I did in the past, man. It's evident that I snorted dope. It's evident that I shot heroin, right? It's evident that I smoked weed and made weed my God all my life, right? It's evident that I packed pistols and assault rifles to kill my brother that looked just like me, right? It's evident, right, that I was walking around calling myself a blood, ready to bang on the other side. That's evident, man. It's evident that I went to school with a half an ounce trying to serve everybody, going back to my connect. You know what I mean? It's evident that I did all these things, right? It's evident that I beat people up for no reason just because they looked at me wrong because I was upset because I just lost my son, right? That's evident, man, right? And the Lord, He's gonna make all that as white as snow, man, right? And I have faith in that, man. That's why I do this work. But go ahead, King.
Mighty, mighty, right? Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though
Mm-hmm.
though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool.
Hey, man, that's wool. And what they say about wool, man, wool is the purest fabric, man, that keep you the warmest, man. Right? So the sins that you have did should be pure as wool, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the best fabrics that you can have, wool and linen. Right? But that's all I wanted on that.
Con. Let me get this. I got one more precept, and then I got my Maccabees, and then I'll probably just go through the spirit after that.
Nah,
Whatever.
I got something after that.
Proverbs 24 and verse number 10. Right. It says, "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." You see that? So look, man. If you're going through afflictions, man, and you faint, right? If you can't endure it, man, the scriptures is saying that your strength is small, man. You weak, right? And we don't want to be weak. We want to be strong in this thing, right? We want to show ourselves a man and keep the charge of the Most High, pursuant to 1 Kings chapter 2 and verse 2, right? These things don't make us faint, man, right? We've been going through affliction ever since we've been in this truth, right? Some brothers 5 years, some brothers 2 years, some brothers 10 years, right? And we don't faint, right? Because we holding strong in the hope and in the patience and in the faith, right? That we're going to make it out of this thing. This is why we stay 10 toes down, right? It don't matter what we're going through in this world, right? We have to endure these afflictions. We have to glory in these tribulations, right? And in the day of adversity, when stuff isn't going too well for you in your life, right? You just want to, I just want to give up, man. I'm vexed. I don't know about this truth no more, and you start to dwindle from your faith, right? And it puts you to the point where you faint. It's saying thy strength is small, right? You don't want nobody telling you weak. Oh yeah, you weak, man. Come on, no, man. We need to show ourselves strong, right? And a way we show ourselves strong is by gathering around the brethren, right? We need each other to lift each other up, right? This is what makes us strong as well. If a brother ain't helped me get into this thing and help me up in the time of my adversity and the time where I'm going through something, I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. Now I can do the same thing and pay that thing forward to somebody else's week. Oh, you know what? Hey, yo, Cap, man. And, I'm kind of, okay, I know what to do, man. I'm going to help lift you up. And then that brother can pass it on to somebody, right? We need to all be in this spiritual gym together, lifting these weights, you know what I'm saying? And get into it, man, right? Not fainting in the day of adversity, right?
Right.
That's it. That's all I wanted on that.
Nah. You gotta read that precept again. It's the same way. That's a mighty precept. We're not moving right past that. Read that again.
Proverbs 24 and 10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
That's crazy. Talk that talk.
Let me put that in the T.
Talk. Man.
Right here, look. If in the New Living Translation, right? If you fail under pressure, your strength is too small. Let me one more translation, the CSB, right? It says, if you do nothing in a difficult time, your strength is limited. Man.
Oh man, that's crazy. Let's shoot the Proverbs right quick. Chapter 3. We're gonna read verse 6. No, 7 and 8.
God. Hey, Shalom, Kareem. Good to see you in the chat, man. All praises to the Most High. Hope everything is well with you and your household, King. All praises.
All praises. Shalom, man.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse number 6, you said?
7.
7. God. It says, be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear Yahweh and depart from evil.
Read on.
Verse 8, it shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones.
It's telling you that that's gonna be your strength. This is how you get strong in the faith, right? Is by fearing the Lord, listening to wisdom, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Right? So this is what he's telling us, man. This when it says health to thy navel, right, and marrow to your bones, it's saying this is what's gonna make you strong, right? So right now, man, that's what we're doing, moving through the faith, right? Giving us some extra push-ups and a little bit of protein snack, right, to make sure that we're able to push a little bit farther than we did yesterday, man. One thing about working out, if you're consistent and you take your rest days how you should, right, you get stronger and stronger and stronger day by day, man. Right? So that's what we're doing right now, man. We're making sure that we get that marrow to our bones, man, and that health to our navel, right? So let's go ahead and get that account right quick so I can get into this wisdom of Solomon, which is a beautiful chapter.
Con, right? Yeah, and that's powerful, man. Because how you gonna be brittled bones and feeble bones, man? You gonna break, man. You know, you gotta gain strength by fearing the Most High, man. Keeping these law, statutes, commandments. This is how we endure the captivity. This is how we endure our tribulations and afflictions. You know, and we keep going to the end, man. Right. So another point, man. I want to bring this out in the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, right, about the seven brothers, right? The seven brothers who went through torment and chaos, right? But at the end, they didn't fold, right? So let's read that.
And it was in front of their mama. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, Con. That's right. In front of their mama, right? So right here in Second Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse number 1, right? I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just want to get a few points, right? Let's get it. It says, it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with the scourges and whips, right? So this is King Antiochus, right? In the time of Antiochus, right? The Greeks were in the Greek captivity, right? 7 brethren and their mother were compelled, right, by the king to go against the laws and the statutes and the commandments of the Most High, right? To taste swine's flesh, basically to eat the pork, right? And they were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said this, right? One of the sons, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers, right? And that's one of the strongest faiths you can have, man, right? If you're in a point of about to be killed, about to be beheaded, about to be thrown in a pit, and they just burn you with fire, right? Are you going to have enough faith to endure that level of affliction, right? Because going through the tribulations we go through today, right? Car breaking down, right? You lose your job, your finances ain't looking well, right? You're not getting enough groceries. All these minor afflictions. Are you able to withstand a great affliction of facing death? Are you still going to have that amount of faith, right?
Man, good question. Hey, quick point.
Viking.
So right here, man, you read it at the beginning. It said they was whipping them already with the scourges of whips, right? So you got to understand, brothers already leaking, face all whipped. When you get whipped with a scourge, right, everything that it hit, the flesh come off, right? So you got bones and, like, flesh coming out of your face, on your body, and they telling you the way for you to stop this pain, right? The way that you to now go get healed somewhere, right, is for you to just eat the pig, man. And he's like, nah, man, all right, man, we ain't doing none of that, man. Right? And you got like a big streak down the face, your shirt all ripped up, you bleeding everywhere from these whips, weak, feeble, can't go no more, and still like, nah, you gonna have to kill me, send me to my father. Right?
That's right. That's right. Man, and that's very powerful. That's very powerful to understand, right? This is why it's good to read these biblical accounts so we can apply it to our lives, man. Right? So look, this is what happened after that. Verse 3. Then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. Right? They about to start boiling them, man. Right? Verse 4. Which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first. So like, man, I'm gonna cut your tongue out of your face, man.
And
Man.
cook it. They eat us, man. Right? That's what they was doing in slavery as well. These white folk, they eat us, bro. So that's what he's doing. He about to cook up his tongue. They're shuffling up his tongue.
Mm-hmm. Come, reading on. It says, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest, to cut off the utmost parts of his body, right? So they're going to start dismembering him. The rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Now his brothers are in the back, and the rest of his 6 brothers are looking, and his mother's is looking as what's happening to the son. Verse 5. Now when he was maimed in all his members, right? So they cut off all of his body parts, right? His legs, they cut off his arms, his hands, probably even his fingers, his thighs, his shins, all of that stuff, man. They dismembered, they maimed all of his members. He commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus. So now all the brothers was like, look, man, our brothers going through that, we finna go through that, man. They finna all exhort one another. Don't fear, right? They all had this faith one to another. Like, hey, man, the brothers going through that, we finna go through that too. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna die for nothing, right? He's going through all of that, and he withstood himself. We gonna do the same thing, right?
So you got to be that example.
That's right. Verse 6. And this is what they said, right? This is what they all exhorted one to another, right? This is what they said. Verse 6. The Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth hath comfort in us, as Moses in his song. So he's remembering the accounts of his ancient forefather Moses, right? Which witness to their faces declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead, after this number, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat? Man, so they scalped him straight up, man. Right? They pulled his hair off, and his whole skin and his scalp came off. And then they asked him, so are you going to eat or what? You going to eat the swine's flesh? Are you going to disobey the laws of your forefathers? Are you going to go against your God? Right? They asked him that before what? Before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body. Like, look, you gonna fold or what? Right? Let us know right now. Or you gonna be destroyed just like the first brother was, man. Verse 8, but he answered in his own language and said, no. He said, la'ah, right? He's speaking the Hebrew. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. So he went through the torment just like the first brother did, right? So to the point is, right, we can read this account. I encourage you guys to read all of this, right? It goes through all of the brothers. Then it gets down to the last brother, right? The 7th brother, which is the little brother, right? And I'm gonna read that.
Yeah, Baba Gushar.
Let me see. Verse 19. Khan, let me verse 19. Where's the little brother at?
It's right here. You should start with the mother.
Yeah, it is the mother, because she's starting to exhort the little brother, the 7th brother, right? Verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage. Man, so she was just like, hey, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't fold. I know the outcome of them. My 7 sons, they went through that torment, right? But they stayed 10 toes down for the Most High. And I know the outcome of what's going to happen because I have enough faith, right? She's staying focused on the mission, just like the 7 sons were staying focused in the mission, right? Going through that affliction because of the hope that she had in Yahweh. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, right? So she was speaking the Hebrew to her sons that spoke the Hebrew, right? In their own language. And that's a powerful language to speak. Filled with courageous spirits and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. So everything she was speaking as a good mother, right? In that she was super in mother mode, but she was staying 10 toes down as she was standing as a man, fortified in her faith, right? Enduring all of that stuff. You know, you have mothers out here that will probably be, "Oh my baby," crying, oh, and not really staying fully in that womanish spirit, but she stood in those womanly thoughts with a manly stomach, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cold because she wanted to cry, she wanted to scream, say, "No, baby, do this, no, baby, just do it." You know what I mean? But instead of doing that, she stomached it with a manly stomach. Like, nah, did they already did that? They trying to make us go against the Most High? Nah, bruh. All us going out like kings and princesses. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, they're gonna have to do their job. You feel what I'm saying? It's like a brother, he robbed a bank, right? And then go on a run or whatever. Nigga, like, nah, bro, y'all gonna have to catch me. Y'all gonna have to do y'all job. Or you on probation. You feel what I'm saying? You like, nah, nigga, I ain't going in. I ain't gonna turn myself in nothing. They gonna have to work for that. You feel what I'm saying? And she feeling the same way. Like, nah, bro, we all not giving into what you talking about, dude. Like, for real. And she's a woman on that tip. Like, why did she say last? Like, nah, bro, like all of us, we die like your brother did. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So with a manly stomach, she didn't throw up. She didn't cry. She might have been crying, right? But she didn't cry and say give up and none of that. Nah, with a manly stomach, she said, "Hey, y'all stay strong. I'll see y'all in the next life." Deuces. You feel what
That's
I'm
right. That's right. That's right. Right. So she girded herself up, man, and this is what she said after that, right? Verse 22. I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I
saying?
neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. Right. So
Mm,
she's saying, look, man, I can't even tell how you came in me. I'm not the one, even though I brought you into the world through my womb, I'm not truly the one who gave you breath or life, right? I didn't form you, right? The Most High did, right? Verse 23 gets into that. But doubtless the creator of the world who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again. Man, as ye now regard not your own selves for his law's sake. So they didn't even regard themselves for the laws of the king, man, of the king's commandment. Oh no, I'm kind of worried about my body. I don't want my arms to get chopped off. Let me regard myself because I really don't want. No, man, they don't regard their own selves for the laws of the king, man. Antiochus, wicked king. Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both a rich and happy man. Right. So now the king, right, is talking to the youngest, right? Look, man, if you fold, if you go against the laws of your forefathers, right? If you put all that behind you, I'm gonna make you all these promises. I'm gonna make you rich and I'm gonna make you happy if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. He's like, look, I'm gonna be your friend, man. You can sit with me in the castle, man, right? But here's the point. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. Right. And these wicked kings, they do that, man. Right. Like, look, I'm gonna kill your son, right? I encourage. Look, I don't really want to kill him, but I'm gonna destroy him because I gotta make an example. I suggest you talk to your youngest son because if he doesn't want to fold, and if you don't get him to fold, then something bad's gonna happen, just like the rest of the brethren did, right?
a quick
And
point.
go ahead, King.
Point. So, like what you was reading about, he said, and I will make you a very rich man, and you'll be honored in all my affairs. Right. This just like the small hat, right, came to Diddy, right, Michael Jordan, right, all these different top dudes up in our nation, right. They came to them and told them the same thing. Hey, do evil works, be a homosexual, pluck this one in the rump, right? Go ahead and have these parties, right? Menage a trois, right? And I'll make you a very wealthy and rich man, man, right? And this is how they get us. They try to get us to go off in a mighty number, right? Is by getting somebody that we hold as an ensign, as an example, to do all of these wicked things, that we follow right behind them. That's how they knew that. Okay, so we got somebody. He already almost there. So let's create a Nas X, a little Nas X, right? His brother said that little Nas X was never gay. He still ain't gay, right? But they knew that they could alter him and then make him be this way, all because of money, and make the Black Hispanics and Native Americans go off by using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what they do, man. They take one of our top people, man, or one of our people, raise them up, make them evil, and everybody else follow the train, right? I just wanted to bring that up.
That's right. Make it turn his faith, instead of the faith and hope towards the kingdom, to the kingdom on earth, man, which is these damn their reign right now, man. You know, kind of reading on. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. So the king spoke to the mother like, "Look, go talk to your son. I'm giving him a chance to fold, right? The other brothers, they didn't fold, but I'm gonna give you a chance to talk to your son to get him to fold, or he's gonna die too, right?" And the mother agreed to that. She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go counsel him, right?" But look what she said to the son, though. But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn. So she was laughing at the king, man, right? Spake in her country language, right? Speaking the Hebrew on this manner. "O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee such 3 years." So this little boy, man, the son is only 3 years old, right? "And nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that Yahweh made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise." She told the son this: "Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren." So
Oh,
she said,
praise.
"Hey, go through the death like your brothers, because in the end of the day, your faith is so strong. My faith is so strong. Your brother's faith is so strong, right? They're staying focused in their affliction, just like the title of this video is, man. You got to stay focused on that affliction, no matter what level of affliction you're going through. Stay 10 toes down, because we have a greater hope and a greater faith for the kingdom, right?" And this is the last one right here. "While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, Whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses." And he's only
Uh,
3 years old.
he wasn't. Salaki. He wasn't only three. She was just saying that I gave you suck, right? It, probably in the old English, right? It said that, but it was explaining, right, that she bare him 9 months in her womb and gave these such 3 years. I think he was three. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Our people was hella smart back then. Then he was like, "Man, hell no, fuck that. Like, we ain't doing this at 3 years old. That's crazy, bro.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Man.
Such 3 years, a 3 year old, like, nah, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out." Damn, I'm just thinking about my son, man. I'm thinking about my bond, like Geo boy, right? He won in like 10 months or something like that right now, right? 11 months. And just to see him in the next year be like, "No, I ain't doing it. You can go ahead and kill me."
Uh-huh.
Like, come on, man. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Calm. But I yield with that. So the point of that, look, man, no matter what level of affliction, even through death, right? You have to stay focused through that affliction, man, because we have a greater hope, a greater promise, a greater outcome than the minor afflictions that we go through today, man. Stop worried about your car. Stop worried about you losing your job, man, right? Because the Most High is going to provide for you in the end, point blank, period, right? And I yield with that, King. Powerful, powerful scripture, right?
Yeah, that was mighty, man. That was mighty through the spirit. And to see that young man 3 years old, man, that's crazy, bro. Like, but it makes me think because we see our little brothers, man. Like back in the day, I used to look up to Soldier Slim, right? And he'll have little homies around him, right? Like 9 years old, 7 years old. They rolling up the things, you feel what I'm saying? Talking that talk, right? And you got like our little bros, they go live, you know what I mean, about talking back to the teachers or talking about fighting somebody. Like, nah, he should never said that. Damn that. Nobody get away with that, right? But they're like 5 years old. You feel what I'm saying? So now I can kind of see it like, damn, 3 years old, bro. Like, nah, you gonna have to kill. I'm going out the way my brothers went out, man. You gonna have to kill me.
And not only that, it kind of makes that true because the rest of the brothers, they older, right? They more susceptible to not folding, right? But the little brother, he's like, look, if I gotta kill a child, I'm gonna kill the child. So as the mother, I suggest you go exhort him to tell him to fold, right? Because he's little still. He can still be conformed early. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have to kill a 3-year-old boy, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna suggest to you, mom, go tell him, to fold. And the mom went over there like, don't fold. You take the death, even though you're young. You know what I'm saying? I formed you in my womb. You my latest. Go through the death like your brother. And the 3-year-old boy, like, he had 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not folding on the law of Moses. Like, that's
crazy, bro. I'm honoring my shot. Nah, I ain't doing that on mom and them. On mom and them, on folk and them grave. I ain't doing it. But nah, let's get into this wisdom of Solomon, man, and we'll get up out of here, right? This is a beautiful thing. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. That's crazy to see that, bro. Like, I was hoping, nah, she talking about she gave him suck for 3 years. No, that nigga was 3 years old. That's crazy.
Lucky, you said what chapter, King?
3.
Verse.
So the other brothers had to be like 2018, like damn 1510.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Damn, that's crazy, bro. All right, so yeah, this one is mighty, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3.
From the top?
Yeah, from the top.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, in verse 1. But real quick, Solomon, for y'all brothers still in the chat and the viewers, man, we almost do this thing, man. All praise to the Most High, the water.
And I don't know what that is. How you say this? This is Spanish. I know that for sure.
Nemo. I don't know who that is. But hey, shalom to that brother too.
Yeah, shalom, family.
All right, so this Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse number 1. It says, "But the souls of the righteous are."
It's not on there.
I was like, God. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse number 1.
Yeah, Khan, no problem. No problem, brother or sister. I don't know. I think it's probably a brother. No problem there.
God, don't praise this. All right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse number 1. It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and the departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace."
Con. So we see, man, that the righteous, right? They ain't no torment gonna touch them, right? You got Yahweh Shai, he come back, and what he said? He said, look, I already took death, man. Y'all don't got no fear of death, right? You're not gonna taste death until I come back. You feel what I'm saying? So the torment is not even torment, actually, right? Actually, a blessing to be able to go through the same affliction that Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai through. Right. So then it says what? In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and in their departure is taken for misery. Right. So the unwise, they see all these things that the righteous is going through, and they're like, damn, like that brother going through all that. Like, why are you going through all that? I don't see the point in this. Right. But for the righteous, he go through all this and he like, yeah, it's all good. I know what's coming next for me. You know what I mean? So, and then what? It says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace, right? But and they thinking that the way that when we leave and we going through all this pain, that is for our destruction, right? But we leave in peace, man. The righteous is okay, man, at the end of the day,
That's right.
right?
That's right. That's right. Verse
Read
4.
on.
For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.
It says, nah, the righteous is going through all these different things, right? But right, their afflictions ain't showing them nothing but that they got hope and immortality, man. Right, that they're gonna have that faith to live forever, right? So the righteous don't give a damn about the things that they go through on earth, man. They just looking forward to that mark of eternal life, like the brother Captain Khalil brought out a little bit earlier, man. Right? That what you have brought out? That Romans,
Second Maccabees 7.
nah, that Romans 12. That Romans
Romans 12.
12 you was doing the first time, right? It talks about how we going through all this for salvation and eternal life, man. This is why the righteous go through affliction, man, to gain that immortality, man, that eternal life. Right? But the brother said this might be Sergio, my brother Sergio. It said it just means like cheer up, rejoice. IDK how they explain it is like it's like Mexican slang. Yeah, we understand Mexican slang, King. All praises to the Most High, the water for explaining that for me. Now I can use it, right?
Con, this Wisdom of Solomon 3 goes perfect with that second Maccabees 7 we just brought out to give you the understanding. You know, the seven brethren, somebody on the outside looking in might be like, hey, they just died. They was going through misery, right? But the true deeper understanding is that even though they look like they're being punished in the sight of men, of the unwise, they don't understand that their hope going through that affliction ends up in immortality to dwell with the Most High, being martyrs for Yahushua and getting that crown after they die. Man, that's perfect.
Man. Yeah, it goes perfect. That's why I knew it was perfect to say to the end to after you read it, man. All praises, man. I'm glad you see it too. Right. But let's keep going.
Verse number 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
Man.
For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself.
So he found all 7 of those children and the mama worthy for himself, man. Right? And whenever you're ready to touch on any of it, you can. I just brought this out to end out with, or get closer to the end, wind down. But I knew this would be perfect after that Maccabees, man. It's letting us know all these afflictions, this little chastisement, man, it ain't nothing. You getting put to death, that's nothing. To have a seat somewhere close to Yahushua, that's the greatest reward we could ever ask for, man. Right? So we got to endure this little bit of chastisement. This is actually the chapter that made me think about going through this whole lesson, right? This is the chapter, man. Beautiful, beautiful chapter.
Wow. Verse number 6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering.
Man, and these children, right? These young men, man, they got burnt up, man. They got ate, they got cooked, man. And the Lord accepted them as a burnt offering. He said, everything y'all going through, y'all getting eaten, cooked, all this stuff, man. Don't worry, your spirit is safe with me, right? You know, our brother be like, yeah, man, your secret safe with me. Yeah, he said, man, your spirit is safe with me, man.
God, they burnt them in the cauldron and all that stuff, man. He considered that. I'll consider that a burnt offering, meaning I'm gonna accept that, man, as a sweet savior, and I'm going to reward them. You know, oh, you burnt my children? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna consider that as a burnt offering and accept them. Oh man, that's powerful right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna accept them with me, man. Right? So as gold in the furnace, had he tried them and received them as burnt offering, as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Right? Let's go to Obadiah, man, because this is the promise for what happened to them sons, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Obadiah, 1 and 18, man. Right? because this is part of it, man. You know what I mean? And those elect children, man, that just got martyred up in the book of Maccabees, right? Those children is coming back to execute vengeance upon their enemies, man, and chase them down, right? Because Esau is the one that did it. We're gonna chase them down and burn them up, kill them like they stuff,
That's
right?
right.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Obadiah 1 and 18. It reads,
Okay.
and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it.
So that's a promise that the Lord has given us, and we see that Yahushua is solidifying it in the wisdom of Solomon. Right? Let's go back to the wisdom of Solomon. Right? Read that verse again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse 7. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Mm.
Mm. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. Ooh, that's powerful.
Well, we know what precept that is. We could go to Isaiah and solidify that. We know the precept for that. But go ahead, you got something on it?
I was thinking Ezekiel 38, man, in the time where we coming back to put these nations under subjection, man. They can glorify body states, some super saiyan bros destroying the rest of these nations like potters of vessels of a potter.
God, all praises, man.
Verse 9. It says, they, oops, Lakia, going back, boom, right? Verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth.
So they that put their trust in Yahweh, while Yahweh, right, they shall understand the truth. The truth is the law, right? We get that from Psalms chapter 119, verse 142, right? The truth is the law. So it says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the law, shall understand the truth. Go ahead.
And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him.
And such as be right, as be faithful in love, which is the keeping of the commandments. So, and such that be faithful in the commandments shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, right, to the people that do his service, and he had care for his elect, right? So through all our affliction, all our judgment, everything that we go through, remember, if you're being afflicted, is a good possibility that you're of his elect, and you'll be of that number to come back and execute vengeance upon the people that troubled you, man. Right? You got it.
That's right. That's right. Verse 10. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. You still want to keep going on this?
Nah, Lord, you got it. Yeah.
We can close out then.
The Most High going to judge the wicked, man, punish the wicked according to their imaginations, man. They think it's okay to be a homosexual. They think it's okay, right, to be a lesbian, right? They think it's okay to kill their brother. They think it's okay to move in any way that they want to move. But that's actually just an imagination, because the Lord said, keep my commandments and thou shalt live, right? Matter of fact, you can grab that right quick. Which one is that? Is that Second Ezra?
Deuteronomy 30 and 19.
You could grab that right quick before we end out. Make sure that's solidified and stamped. All right. Hey, the ox said, he said, my bad, I'm a pass away. You feel what I'm saying? He said, I'm like the NIGGA of Hispanics, man. Right? All praises, brother. Good to see you in the chat, man. All praises.
Let me pull this stuff lucky. Deuteronomy 30 and 19. It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Yeah, so that the reason why he say that he gonna destroy those, he gonna punish those, right? The wicked that went off in their imaginations is because he never commanded anybody to do opposite of what he told them to do in the commandments in the law, right? So if you doing stuff that's opposite to the law, you up to your own imagination. You dealing with your own imagination, right? You're not dealing with what thus said the Lord said, right?
That's
And
right.
I yield with that.
That's it. That's it. So yeah, again, y'all look, you know, you got to stay focused during your afflictions, right? Even when you're going through minor afflictions, right? They might not seem minor to you, but to the goal, to the ultimate reward, they're minor, right? You lose your job, your car break down, you get robbed, somebody breaking your house, and they steal everything, and now those are minor afflictions, right? You got to endure through that, but are you going to be able to endure through the major afflictions that are coming through Jacob's trouble, right? Getting beheaded, being thrown in prison camps, right? All manners of evil and torture upon the saints and the elect, man, right? Are you going to be able to stay focused on the goal in that time, right? That's what we're trying to bring to your understanding, right? Read these biblical accounts. Know what your forefathers and foremothers had to go through, right? And apply that to yourself and keep that hope and in constant prayer that you're going to stay in that faith and 10 toes down for the name of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right.
Man, all praises, man. With that, we want to say, Kum Yashala.
Cool, Mashallah. Shalom, and we'll see y'all next week, right? All praise to the Most High.
I'll see y'all Monday on at 12:30. Shalom.